All right, it looks like we're ready, Mr. Canche. What number on the docket?
Yes, Your Honor. It's number 6 on the court's docket.
All right, number 6, CR 21-13-489H, State of Texas versus Guadalupe Niño Avalos.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Avalos has some immigration issues, Your Honor. I've asked him to consult with an immigration attorney. However, that attorney doesn't apparently, I guess, since that title was lifted, they're backed up now. And so Mr. Avalos informed me that he won't be able to meet with them until early May. And so I'm respectfully requesting a continuance until after, sometime in mid-May, at which time I can announce to the court whether or not we'll accept the plea or whether we will be requesting a trial. Mr. Avalos is not in custody, Your Honor.
All right, is Mr. Avalos, Guadalupe Avalos present?
He is a Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
En español, por favor.
Okay, nomás quería saber que está presente, señor Avalos.
Sí,
All right, I have a
okay.
note here that says ask Victoria. Victoria, do we have any information on Mr. Avalos?
Yes, good morning, Judge. On his recent report from Safeguard Solutions, he did have a 0.08 on March 4th and did not provide a retest. It was at 7:42 a.m. and 9 skipped, 6 late tests.
Were you aware of that, Mr. Canche?
No, Your Honor, I was not aware of that.
9 skipped, and how many late?
6 late.
6 late. All right. No verbal admonishment has been given, Mr. Canche. So I would like to give a verbal admonishment at this time. You may be aware that what this does is it basically prevents him from a waiver of fines and court costs if any fines and court costs are associated with the disposition of his case, right? Only if it's associated with a disposition. If it's dismissed, if it's worked out that results in no fine and court costs, obviously that's issue number, that's a separate issue. But if there was going to be any fines and court costs, because he's going to get a verbal admonishment today, Mr. Canche, that will prevent him from getting those waived, okay?
Yes,
Carlos, I'm trying to identify where people are on the screen. There you are. Okay, Carlos, can you please translate to Mr. Guadalupe Niño Avalos that we are going to be giving him a verbal admonishment for a BAC violation, 9 skip test, and 6 late tests.
Señor Ábalos, se le vamos a dar una armonización hoy porque tuvo 9 exámenes que falló y 6 exámenes que hizo tarde. Y se le va a dar una armonización a este momento.
Nothing is going to happen today, Mr. Avalos. I'm not going to take any action at this time other than to make you aware that there is a violation.
No voy a tomar acción en contra de usted hoy, señor Ábalos, nomás de que lo voy a avisar de que las violaciones.
Now, if there's any violations into the future, if next time we log on, there's more violations, or if my probation officer advises me of more violations, whether they be skip test or late test, then we will have to take action.
Ahora, si en el futuro, para la próxima audiencia, si determinamos o si mi oficial de probation me avisa que tuvo más violaciones, o sea, como exámenes fallados o tarde, entonces vamos a tomar acción en contra de usted.
All right, I have a positive BAC of a 0.08 on March the 4th.
Ahora tengo un examen que salió positivo de 0.08 el 4 de marzo.
All right, do you understand, Mr. Avalos, that you cannot be consuming any alcohol while on bond? Do you understand that?
¿Entiendes, señor Ábalos, que mientras que está bajo fianza no puede estar consumiendo alcohol? ¿Entiendes?
Sí, ese día me sentí mal y tuve temperatura en la noche, fui a dar al hospital, tomé un medicamento, y ya después pregunté y me dijeron que no podía estar tomando ese tipo de medicamento, que tenía que tener una receta o algo. Pues para la próxima ya sé que no debo tomar ningún medicamento de ese tipo.
Yes, that day I was feeling sick, under the weather. Ended up going to the hospital and I took some medication. And then later on, I found out that I wasn't supposed to be taking that medication without any prescription.
Okay, Mr. Avalos, then I trust that we won't have any more violations going forward, and this will be your verbal admonishment. Stay in contact with Mr. Canche. The court's going to go ahead and give you a reset date for June the 7th. That's 6/7/2022 at 9:30.
Ok, señor Ábalos, entonces ya no vamos a tener violaciones en el futuro. Quédese en comunicación con su abogado, señor Canche, y su próxima audiencia va a ser el 7 de junio a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Ok, sí, está bien. Muchas gracias.
Yes, it's fine. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Concha, do you have anything else?
That's all I have, Your Honor. May be excused.
Have a good day. Yes, sir.
To Your Honor.
Ya se puede retirar, señor Ábalos.
Ok, gracias.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Reyes,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning.
Judge, I have number 21, the court's docket, Alejandro Gonzalez.
All right, that's CR 21-07-515H, as well as CR 21-07-514H, State of Texas versus Alejandro Gonzalez. I have a note here that defendant to have paid off traffic tickets for today. I'm not sure how that comes into play here, but those are the notes.
Correct, Judge. We're trying to get him on PTD. He's got no priors. This is an assault, Class A. He did have outstanding JP tickets that the state required that he pay, and I know he was struggling to get those paid off. My understanding, I don't believe he's gotten them paid off yet. I'm not sure if he's logged in at this time.
All right, is Alejandro Gonzalez logged on? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself, Alejandro Gonzalez. Alejandro Gonzalez, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Doesn't seem like he's on, Mr. Reyes. I have given him a motion for continuance before.
Understood, Your Honor.
What says the state?
He requested a judgment ISI be granted, a KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited. There's no show defendant.
Judgment I shall be granted, KPS issue, bond forwarded to the state for the arrest of Alejandro Gonzalez for his failure to appear. Mr. Reyes, if you make contact with him, we're available on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning and in the afternoon, so you can bring him in and we can have the NISI recalled at the state's expense on the first time, okay?
Appreciate that, Your Honor. Judge, that's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me go to Ms. Garcia, Dalinda Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dolinda Garcia. I'm number 68 on the docket, Judge. It's CR 21-06552-H. Alexis Villarreal, Your Honor. We have applied on behalf of our client for PTD. This is the first DWI offense, Judge. We turned in all the PTD application and the corresponding and the supporting documents on January the 10th of this year, Judge. And we're just waiting to hear from the DA's office regarding that application, Judge. I would like to also inform the court that my client has acquired employment in, I believe, in Dallas, Judge. So she will be leaving to go to Dallas to work. She already has a job, Judge. But she understands that she has a responsibility in this county and that she needs to take care of this. And we'll be back if need be.
Now, to the state, usually in, I guess, pre-COVID, the typical wait time for a answer on a PTD was approximately 90 days, 3 months. We're looking at about 90 days in this case. Do we have any idea as to when we can get an answer for her so that we can, you know?
It's actually been a little sooner, I think, during COVID, Your Honor, but I don't, normally there's a note indicating that an application was submitted. I don't see that note, Ms. Garcia. You may want to double check with our PTD staff, Daniel Gonzalez or Elizabeth Banda, to ensure that it was received. I do also see, unfortunately, a positive UA test on January the 7th. I don't know, that may affect her status as well for PTD. I know sometimes it does affect people's applications.
No, we've taken care of that issue at the last hearing, and even before the hearing in January. It was prescription medication, and we provided a prescription to the DA's office. In fact, we submitted the PTD application, and when we got this report from the probation department, then they made us resubmit it and include the prescription in the paperwork that we resubmitted. The paperwork was resubmitted January 10th at 2:15 with the prescription.
All right.
Unfortunately, like I said, unfortunately, Your Honor, I'm just blind to that. I don't have any notes indicating that. Your best bet, Ms. Garcia, would be to reach out to Danny Gonzalez. He's the one that usually handles his applications, and see if he can update the notes. That way I can be notified of what's going on.
Well, I think the probation department should be able to shed some light on this because she's the one that alerted us to this situation, and we gave her a copy of the prescription as well, Judge. And this was handled dealt with at the last hearing it was on February the 10th.
Yes, so I understand, and I have a note here that the drug patch was removed on February the 10th. That's a note that's on my docket. I think the issue here is whether or not the DA's office has in fact received a complete application, whether it's being reviewed, whether they've made a decision. Since she is leaving out of town and she will be moving for work purposes, I think it would probably be, incumbent that we try to get an answer for her sooner rather than later. I'm going to give you about a little over a month reset to May 19th. May 19th, just so that we can see where we're at with that and make sure that we follow up with that. Okay, so May 19th at 9:30. By May, we still should be doing Zoom, Ms. Garcia. That's why I want to try to see if we can resolve this before we go live in person. My expectation is that we will go live in person, at least County Court 8 will, once we move into the new courthouse, and then we're going to determine whether or not there's a hybrid system, but I'm not sure about that at this point. Okay, so if she's going to be out of town and we'd like to take care of it before we transition, that way she won't be inconvenienced with having to drive back into the valley for a future hearing. Let's try to take care of it definitely before June, when I think we anticipate moving into the new courthouse.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anything else?
No, sir, may we be excused?
You're both excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sahadi, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have two clients. The first is numbers 49 and 50 on the docket.
49 and 50, that is Matthew Thomas Miller, CR 20-00069H and CR 20-00070H. I have a note here that we have removed the device back in September as a result of compliance. And so do we have any other announcements?
The device has not been removed. My name is Matthew. It's still in my car.
Why not?
They gave me a removal order, but in order to get that program that I wanted to do, I think it's a drug court.
Judge, if I may, we're in the process of finalizing the application for DWI court. I believe the only thing that's pending is a UA, and we're just requesting a little bit of time in order to get that submitted and considered.
Okay. Well, Mr. Miller, that's on you and your attorney. I signed off on the order. So if you're frustrated, work with your attorney.
I just wanted to stay on the up and up with you guys. So I didn't want to remove it if I was going to have to put it in again in another, few weeks.
That's smart. Stay in contact with Mr. Sahadi so that you all can try to see about getting into that program as soon as possible. Okay.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right. Let me go ahead. Mr. Sahadi, what do you think? About 30 to 45 days reset?
45 days, Judge, if the court will allow.
All right. May 26th.
May 26th. Very well.
All right. May 26th, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning, Mr. Miller. Stay in contact with Mr. Sahadi.
All right. Will do. I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Can Mr. Miller be excused, Judge?
Yes, Mr. Miller, you're excused. We'll see you May 26th. Mr. Sahadi, you have one other case, correct?
Yes, sir. Number 64.
Number 64, CR 22-01-215H, Jose Angel Sebna Garcia. This is a bond modification case with no violations on Mr. Garcia, which is great. Mr. Sahadi, your announcement.
Judge, it's a similar announcement. We're in the process of applying for a DWI court, and we're respectfully requesting just a little bit of time in order to get that done.
Let me go ahead and give you a reset date for May. 26, 2022 at 9:30. Mr. Garcia, I see you there. I will advise you and ask that you please continue doing a good job in making sure that you are getting no violations on the mobile device. If you continue, and you may have heard earlier that I mentioned that if there's no violations and upon the disposition of your case, if there are any associated fines and court costs, the court will waive all fines and court costs to help you offset the expense for the device, but that'll only happen if there's no violations on your record, okay? So no violations. I've never had to give you an admonishment up to now. My understanding is I haven't. And so if we can continue with that, then you'll be talking about a $700 savings, more or less, okay?
Your Honor, I wanted to make a suggestion.
Okay.
I don't know if I can leave the county because I might start training because I might start fighting again. Professional fighting.
I'll visit with him in that regard, Judge.
Yeah, you can visit with our probation officer and she has the authority to, if it's for work purposes, and I would say that if it's something that you do professionally, then that is considered to be work purposes and Victoria can take care of that for the office.
Thank you,
All right.
Judge.
Okay. May 26th, Mr. Garcia, we'll see you then. Mr. Sahadi, unless you have anything else, you're
I
excused.
have nothing further, Judge. May we be excused?
64. All right, thank you, Mr. Sahadi.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Jaramillo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victor Jaramillo, standing for Mr. Moreno. He has number 24 on your docket, Diego Gonzalez.
24, CR 2109-157H, State of Texas versus Diego Alonso Gonzalez. This is a bond modification. He was given a verbal admonishment back on February the 10th, but to date, there's no violations, which is good. I do need to see Mr. Diego Gonzalez. Is Mr. Diego Gonzalez present?
Your Honor, I'm here. Good
Okay,
morning.
perfect. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez, for identifying yourself. All right, Mr. Jaramillo, your announcement.
Your Honor, just Mr. Moreno needs more time to staff the case with Mr. Mike Garza. So if you could have a reset.
All right, can I give you that May 26th date?
Yes, Your Honor.
May 26th at 9:30. Mr.
9:30.
Gonzalez, stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you May 26th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you. Good day for all.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have nothing further. May we be excused?
You're excused, both of you. Thank you. Mr. Almanza.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 10 and 11 on the court's docket, Your Honor, Iaz Che Jr. I was appointed by the court, Your Honor, but Sally Conant was retained. I just wanted to note it on the record that it's Sally Conant who's been retained in these cases.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Almanza. If there's any time and a voucher that you need to submit to the court, go ahead and submit it.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. There shouldn't be a need for one. I never even made contact with the defendant, so I won't submit, but thank you very much.
Perfect. You're welcome. Thank you for logging on and giving me that announcement. Ms. Conant, this is your case now.
Yes, sir. Good
All right,
morning, Your
this-
Honor.
Good morning. This is CR 2110-273H as well as CR 2110-272H. Your announcement, Ms. Conant.
Your Honor, we're going to need more time to get the digital discovery. Mr. Che is logged in.
I do see him logged on. And
Yeah, Your Honor.
can I give you, what do you think? If I give you maybe a May 26th, May 31st, somewhere in that neighborhood, whatever of those 2 days works better?
That sounds, no, either one, Your Honor.
Either one? Okay, let me go ahead and give you May 31st.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, May 31st, Mr. Che. Stay in
Thank you, Your
contact
Honor.
on it. Ms. Conant, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That's all the business I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Ms. Conant, real quick, I'm noticing that there was no motion, a motion to substitute. Can you just submit a motion to substitute?
I will.
Then
We did a notice of appearance, but I'll do the substitution.
Maybe it's because the clerks didn't forward it to us, but sometimes it gets stuck in our queue system. So if you don't mind following up, just so that we can try to make sure that your name appears on the docket. That way, if you look at any online kind of docket system to know if you have cases, we want to make sure your name appears.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll do that.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, Mr. Garza, are you available?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I have three cases. The first one being the state of Texas versus Albert Lee Cortez, CR 21048958H.
Yes, sir. That is, I understand that there may be some felonies pending.
Yes, Judge. We are supposed to, he just got indicted. We're supposed to be in the 206 on the 20th of April, Judge. So if the court could just give me maybe a little time after that, we may be able to dispose of these cases.
Can I give you May 19th? And if you need more time, or I'm sorry, if you need less time, go ahead and let us know and we can go ahead and accommodate you however we can.
I will do, Judge. I will do.
May 19th, 2022, 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's for Albert Lee Cortez. Your next case?
The next case is the State of Texas versus David Gonzalez, and that is CR 2102-819H.
Adrian, did you say it was Adrian?
I'm sorry, David Gonzalez, Judge.
David Gonzalez. Let me take a look at it.
02819H.
Okay, yes. Number 23.
We have a case pending out of the 430th, Judge, that we haven't been able to resolve. I feel the court is at this moment trying to see if we can resolve that case without any revocation at that level, Judge. That being the case, I was asking some time, maybe the same day, maybe not May 19th, and see if we can resolve this case, Judge, also.
No problem. May 19th, 2022 at 9:30. Now I am looking at that report and it seems that there has been some violations. Were you aware of that, Mr. Garza?
I talked to him yesterday, Judge. He has had the services with Joe's Auto Service. From what I'm talking to him yesterday, he says that the machine there is not working. He wanted to talk to, he's here in Edinburgh, the individual, Joe's Auto Service. And apparently, I believe he would probably need another, I guess, Sober Sense or somebody else maybe providing him services, Judge, because that machine's not going to work. They say they're having to get it to work out of San Antonio or something like that.
Okay, so Joe's Service Center has a mobile device company?
That from the beginning, he's had it with him, Judge. Yes, I'm assuming he provides machines.
Okay, is Mr. David Gonzalez present?
He is, Judge. And I'm seeing him on there, but I see his audio going back and forth.
Okay, I just wanted to see if I could put him in a breakout room with Ms. Rodriguez so that they can try to figure out giving him a new provider.
Would I be able to get a phone number and give it to him, Judge? And he can call over there right now?
Sure, Victoria, or maybe after we're done with docket, Victoria, is there a number where they can reach you?
Yes, it's 587 6093.
Thank you. I talked over you. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
6093.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he's listening to, Judge, because I have him on my phone. So he is listening everything you're saying, Judge. Okay. I got my phone on speaker over here, so he's listening to you.
Okay, then just have Mr. Gonzalez reach out to Ms. Rodriguez at around 11 o'clock today.
11 o'clock. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will have him do that.
No other action will be taken at this time. All right. Anything else, Mr. Garza?
Your Honor, yes, I have one other case, and that is the State of Texas versus Heather Daney Diaz. We were set for a suppression today, but I did talk to the state. Our intentions have been to go ahead and apply to the PTD program. The only problem we're having is that Mrs. Diaz, and I don't want to blame her because I know she's been trying to get the insurance. She's covered with her brother, and she's not been able to get. She even went over to the insurance company to try to get a copy, and they won't because he's the authorized, I guess, person that signed. So we need to just get that. Other than that, we have everything, Judge.
All right. So you just need more time to be able to do that.
Yes, I should have just answered the question asked. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, at one point, were you seeking to withdraw and are now no longer seeking to withdraw? I just have a note that says Attorney Garza will withdraw. Oh, I withdraw the motion to suppress. I apologize. I read them two different things.
Yes, I will withdraw the motion to suppress. Yes, Your Honor. We will withdraw it at this time, and I do believe she does qualify. Mr. Yuri Hiller and I have been talking on this case for quite some time.
Got you. No, I understand.
I learned I learned the word thespian through them. Okay, what a thespian was.
Well, you learned that one from Yuri.
Yes, I did learn it from him, and my client is a fellow thespian with Mr. Hiller. So never knew what that was, Judge. I heard it in a lot of archaic movies, but I didn't know what it was.
I can give you June the 9th. That way you can have plenty of time to work on this case. June the 9th at 9:30, if that's okay.
At 9:30, yes, Your Honor. And we will do everything to get it resolved by then.
I have a note also here that says, ask Victoria. Do we have any violations, Victoria?
Yes, Your Honor, she did have 51 missed tests on her most recent report with SoberSense, but she has been emailing me and the vendor that she's been having problems with the device. I'm just not sure if she's gone in to speak with them about maybe obtaining a replacement or something.
Ms. Diaz, have you done that? I see that you're logged on.
Yes, I actually contacted Cameron, which is a distributor, and I've been traveling. I actually just got back yesterday, so I'm planning on setting an appointment to go check the device.
Okay, let's go and check that device. We'll note the fact that you will be doing that, and we will see you on June the 9th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Garza, anything else? Oh, you're on mute, by the way. I'm sorry. Mr. Garza, you're on mute.
Sorry, Your Honor. That is all I have. Thank you very much. May we all be excused, Your Honor. That is all I have.
You and your clients are all excused. Thank you.
Have a good weekend, y'all.
Likewise. All right. Mr. Gonzalez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have number 53 on the court's criminal docket.
Number 53 is CR 2113-190H, Maria Elena Perez.
And she should be logged on, Judge, and she does need the services of the court's interpreter.
All right. All right. Is Ms. Perez present?
Miss, María Elena Pérez se encuentra presente. Encienda su micrófono, por favor. Yes.
Sí.
Okay, Ms. Perez, this is a second DWI. This is a bond modification case. Mr. Gonzalez, were you aware that on the report from February the 11th to March 11th, we had 3 late tests and 1 positive BAC test? Were you aware of that?
No, I was not, Judge.
Okay, I have noticed that there has been no previous verbal admonishment. So if it's okay, unless you want to visit with her about those 2 violations, the late test, so actually there's 4, but the 3 late tests and then the BAC violation, I could just give her a verbal admonishment. But we all know the consequences of that verbal admonishment, which is nothing today, but obviously down the road. But I don't know if you want to visit with her or we just go forward with the admonishment.
Señor, pues, ¿puedo hablar?
May I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Sí.
Sí, señor juez, quiero pedir que anoten, mi abogado no se ha comunicado conmigo para nada. Apenas se comunicó conmigo ahorita hace unos minutos, antes de que, ¿cómo se dice? Ya está comenzada la corte. Y yo le dije al abogado que por qué no se había comunicado conmigo para nada, para darme información, ni él ni la de Beoban.
Permítame para traducir, ma'am. Judge, I just wanted to make a note of it that my attorney has not communicated with me. He just barely communicated with me minutes after the court had already started. Okay, ma'am.
Sí, siento como que está violando mis derechos porque pues no se ha comunicado conmigo para nada el abogado ni la de Beoban.
I feel that my rights have been violated since my attorney nor the Belts Bonds has communicated with me.
Y siento que es falta como de comunicación conmigo.
I feel there's lack of communication with me.
Y quiero pues que anoten, ¿verdad? Que siento que no me están ayudando ni el abogado ni la de Beoban.
I want you to take note that I feel I'm not getting help neither from my attorney or my bail bonds.
All right, Ms. Perez, I'm going to place you in a breakout room so that your attorney can talk to you about your violations, because you can talk about violations or complaints about Mr. Gonzalez not communicating with you, but at this point, I'm dealing with BAC violations on your mobile device, so I think you should visit with him about that.
Ms. Flores, ahorita lo voy a poner en otra sala para que hable con su abogado, porque necesitan hablar tocante las violaciones que tiene usted del aparato móvil. Puede usted hablar de quejas de su abogado, pero necesita hablar con el abogado tocante estas violaciones que tiene aquí con su aparato móvil.
Sí, porque pienso que está mal de que yo tuve que informarme a la corte para que me dieran información y me dijeron que mi abogado era el que tenía que comunicarse conmigo para decirme de la corte y él no se comunicó. Tuve yo que informarme a la corte para poder a comunicarme ahorita por videollamada.
Yes, I feel it's wrong that I had to call the court to get information in regards to my court date since my attorney never notified me of my court date. And I had
Y
to
el
call-
abogado me dijo que era obligación mía, que yo tenía que informarme y que Beoban tenía que informarse y Beoban dijo que no, que el abogado era el que tenía que comunicarse conmigo y pues él nunca se comunicó. Apenas hasta ahora, hace unos momentos, ya la corte estaba comenzada y yo le dije a él que le tenía que colgar porque ya había comenzado la corte y él, ¿por qué no me había informado nada a mí?
The attorney had advised me that it was my responsibility to find out about my court, and then the bondsman's telling me that it's the attorney's responsibility to notify me about the court. So I had to hang up with the attorney because the court had already started.
All right, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, communicate with each other, and then come right back, Mr. Gonzalez. And as soon as you come back, I'll take you up so you don't have to wait any longer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Accept the invitation into the breakout room.
¿Acepta la invitación que le estoy mandando ahorita en su pantalla, Ms. Flores?
Sí, a ver. Dice...
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take up Mr. Shigani, who is here in person. Mr. Shigani, what case do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have CR 21-13378H. I don't know what number it is on the docket, Your Honor. I apologize.
It's number 18.
Brandon Gomez, Judge.
Yes.
He's
This was a
present,
motion.
Judge.
This is a case on competency, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. We filed a motion for competency, I think over a month ago. The court signed it. My client is here, Judge. He's sitting outside the courtroom. I believe your staff has acknowledged that he is here. So Judge, we're here on status. I believe the state needs to make some moves regarding the competency evaluation. I'm not sure what the next step is, honestly, Judge, but I know he needs to be evaluated.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, I did see that we're reviewing this case. However, I don't have any information whether or not that's been scheduled or not. I see it was a psychiatric. I don't know if it's the same thing as a psychological. I know the psychologicals are usually handled through Dr. Pena. And again, I'm not showing anything that's been done since the motion, to be honest with you. I'll check on it to see what the status of it is and if it's been scheduled or what's going on.
All right, how much time do you need?
Not long, Your Honor. I can check today.
All right, let me give you 2 weeks. I can give you a 2 week. All right, April 21st at 9:30, Mr. Shigani.
Yes, Judge. May my client be excused?
Yes, you and your client. Do you have anything else, or is that the only case? you
That's
have?
it, Judge. That's
All
all.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, I think I have Mr. Hernandez, who's also back there in the back. Mr. Hernandez,
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
good morning.
Judge, I'm here on number 43 on your criminal docket. Jose Elias Lopez, who's present on Zoom from my office.
All right, that's CR 22012117H. On modification, no violations. Your announcement, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to report to the court, my client had his device installed with SoberSense. I don't think he has any priors, Your Honor. I'm not too sure if he is a PTD candidate. I know it's a Class A. I'm not too sure if that would be a factor that might bar him from trying to apply for a PTD.
Mr. Chavana, do we know if he is a PTD candidate?
Your Honor, I am showing that he only has one arrest, so he may be. They'd have to do a background check to see if he had any other priors anywhere else. As far as the Class A, I have seen some Class A's, Mr. Hernandez, that have been approved for PTD. It may not be approved immediately. You may have to do a reconsideration, but I definitely have seen some that have been approved for the program.
Your Honor, would the court be willing to allow me some time to at least try to begin that process, Your Honor? And obviously, if I need to go staff it with somebody at the DA's office, I will.
Yes, May 26th. Does that day work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 26th, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may my client and I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me move back to the attorney who's raising their hand that has her camera on, and that would be Ms. Barredo. Miss Paloma Barredo.
Sorry, Judge, I don't know if you called me already. I'm in the 389, but I have number, let me mute this. I'm sorry, Judge, hold on.
You too. Next case, CR 1958.
I have number 67 on the court's criminal docket, Juan Ignacio Vasquez, CR 21-11197H, and he is present on Zoom, Judge.
All right. This one has a note here that we need to ask Victoria. I suspect that there's some violations.
Yes, Judge. For Mr. Vasquez, his sober sense report from March 3rd through April 6th, he did have 18 missed tests, 6 late, and a BAC violation of a 0.05 on March 8th with no retest.
All right. Has he been given any verbal admonishments?
No previous verbal.
Mr. Vasquez, at this time, the court's going to go ahead and give you a simple verbal admonishment, making you aware of the fact that we've been noticing that you have late tests, missed tests, and a BAC violation. This program and this, well, your bond condition of having the mobile devices is 0 tolerance, meaning you cannot consume alcohol while on bond. And as a result of you having these violations, the court is going to note down that we've given you a verbal admonishment. What that means, Mr. Vasquez, is that you are no longer qualified for a waiver of all fines and court costs upon final disposition of your case, if there was any fines or court costs associated with that disposition. I trust that we won't have any more violations going forward. If we do have more violations, then sanctions will be levied against you, which could include revoking your bond and placing you in custody. I hope we don't have to go that far. So at this point, it's just a verbal admonishment, Mr. Vasquez, and nothing more today, okay? Ms. Barreto, do you need more time on this case? And you're on mute, Ms. Barreto, I'm sorry. You may be.
Judge, I'm so sorry. If we could just recall the case.
So you are actually set for trial on Monday.
I can give you a reset date real quick because I've already given him a verbal admonishment.
So July 21st.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you June the 9th.
That works. Thank you, Judge. I'm
All right.
sorry.
June 9th, 9:30. All right, Mr. Vasquez, stay in contact with Ms. Barreto. The reset date is June the 9th, 9:30.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Bustos.
Good morning, Judge. I got number 62 on your criminal docket, Judge.
All right, number 62. Actually, he has is it Christian Sanchez, correct?
Yes, Judge. He has multiple cases.
Number 61, 62, and 63. I have a note here that there was a AIP violation and a positive UA on February the 14th for THC and benzos, but there's been no scram violations. So can we talk about that, Victoria? How do we reconcile that?
Yes, Judge. So he is on AIP, and I don't believe we addressed that positive UA at the last hearing. But he's doing well with the scram device, no violations on that.
Okay. Now, so I guess since we were last here, he tested positive. When was the last hearing? Like on the 10th?
I believe 2 weeks ago, Judge, somewhere on there.
All right, Mr. Bustos, did you ask for a reset?
No, Judge, I believe I wasn't able to make the hearing, Judge.
Oh, okay. On March the 24th. And so at that time, we were going to address the positive UA.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
And
Judge, if he's doing well, Judge, in the scram, Judge, I would ask the court if they could allow him to maintain the device and continue going forward, Judge.
all right. Yeah, since there's been no scram violations, I don't have a problem with that. Now, what is the announcement on the case?
Judge, I believe, Judge, we're still waiting for the felony to be indicted, Judge.
Oh, there's a pending felony?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Let me go ahead and give you June the 9th. Are you retained, Mr. Bustos, on number 61 and 63, which is the POCS and the DWI second?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. We'll put you down. So June the 9th at 9:30, Mr. Sanchez, Mr. Bustos.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Maybe excuse, Your Honor.
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you. Mr. Reyna, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I've got Aaron Guerrero. He's number 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35 on your docket.
Perfect. Thank you.
And he is on the camera, Judge. And he is awaiting indictment on some charges, Judge. I don't know whether it'll be one indictment or two. So we're asking for additional time, Your Honor, until we get a determination of that.
All right. On number 36 of POM, Mr. Reyna, is it possible, can you please provide a notice of appearance on that case? Because we don't have, I guess the clerk doesn't have you down listed.
All right. I will do that, Judge.
Yeah, and if at the same time, if you can submit a waiver of arraignment.
Yes.
Because he's not been arraigned on that, but I won't take up the time, your time any longer.
All right.
You can go ahead and just do a waiver of arraignment on that.
All right, Judge. And then will all the cases then be reset to
Yes, all the cases are going to be reset. Let me go ahead. What do you think? 45 to 60 days?
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give you June the 7th.
That'd be fine, Judge.
June 7th, 2022, 9:30 on all cases. Please submit the waiver of arraignment and the notice of appearance.
I will do that, Judge.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Good to see you, Judge.
Likewise. Mr. Orozco.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am on number 20 and also number 14, 15, and 16. The quickest announcement would be number 14, 15, and 16, Your Honor. State of Texas versus Eduardo Ramirez Fernandez. That's on CR 21-02-500H, CR 21-02-51H, and CR 21-08-153H, Your Honor. I don't think he's going to be present. I attempted to contact him yesterday. The family told me that he had been removed to Mexico, Judge.
I saw him.
We did advise him that.
Yeah, I have it. Mr. Fernandez. Yeah, he's logged on. I have him.
Okay.
Mr. Fernandez. Okay.
Because we did give him the Zoom in information, Judge, and Mr. Fernandez, good morning.
Good morning.
Our understanding is that you're now in Mexico. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Your Honor, my announcement at this point is that I'm going to go ahead and first of all advise the court that apparently there's a felony pending. So that needs to be indicted. And also I will contact the prosecutor, see whatever recommendation it is that they have for him, and see if we can do maybe a plea via Zoom or an abstention or one way or another, Judge. But the felony does need to be addressed first.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you a reset date for June the 9th at 9:30. June 9th, 9:30, Mr. Fernandez. Stay
Yes,
in
sir.
contact with Mr. Orozco, please. June the 9th, 9:30, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Thank you, Judge. Also, I have number 20, Your Honor, and that's on Adrian Rodriguez Gonzalez, Your Honor, CR 21-11-172H, and I believe that I saw him also logged in, Your Honor.
I did see him logged on. Mr. Fernandez, you are excused. If you can still hear me, you are excused. You can log off.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Adrian Gonzalez, I do see him logged on there with the Under Armour, gray sweatshirt. You're
Yes,
now.
Your Honor. I'm here.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, our announcement in this matter is, I believe there was an entry in the docket last time the court gave him an opportunity for him to be present here today. He is present. I believe he is also PTD eligible, and also there's a recommendation for deferred adjudication. If we could have some time, I would ask Mr. Gonzalez to please stop by my office so I can review the evidence and present to him the recommendation, Judge.
All right, June the 9th, 9:30, if that's okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Orozco. We'll see you on June the 9th at 9:30.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stay safe.
Likewise. Let me talk to and see if Mr. Singh's ready to have his case called.
How's it going, Your Honor? Good to see everybody. I'm here for number 17 on the docket. It's just an ADR status, and the state's filed its motion to dismiss, so it's just pending the court signature. My client is present under Hector Garcia.
All right, I do see Mr. Hector Garcia, and I understand that this case has been dismissed, and I've signed off on it. And the court has already signed off on the dismissal. So at the request of the District Attorney's Office, the case against Jose Hector Garcia is hereby dismissed.
Awesome.
En
Thank you,
español,
Your Honor.
por favor.
Carlos, will you let him know that his case has been dismissed?
Y su caso ya se le va a retirar, señor.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, you're
Maybe
excused,
the
Mr. Garcia. Both of y'all are excused, yes.
Ya se va a retirar, señor Garcia.
Gracias.
All right, Mr. Chapa, you have your camera on.
Good morning, Judge. I have a couple announcements. The first being on number 7 and 8 on the court's criminal docket.
All right, that's 7 and 8 is CR 21-11-049H and CR 21-11-048H. Monty Jeff Aubrey Jr. No violations on Mr. Aubrey. Your announcement, Mr. Chapa.
Judge, I'm pending discovery on this case, Judge. I'm getting with the state to get that over to me. So we're just asking for continuance at this time.
You can remove your head, Mr. Aubrey.
I'm sorry?
Let me go ahead and give you June the 9th at 9:30, Mr. Chapa.
Yes, Judge.
All right, June 9th, 9:30. I see Mr. Aubrey present as well. Mr. Aubrey, stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you on June the 9th. All right, both of you, were you excused, Mr. Aubrey? You're on mute. I didn't hear what you said, but I take it that you understood the announcement. Yes, you may. All right, Mr. Chapa, do you have anything else?
Yes, Judge. I also have numbers 28, 29, and 30 on the court's criminal docket.
All right, that's CR 22-00058H, CR 22-00057H, CR 22-00059H, Jose Cristobal Gracia.
Yes, Judge. He is set for arraignment this morning on these 3 cases. We're present and ready for an arraignment, or I can submit some waivers if the court would prefer that.
Yeah, that's fine. These are not DWIs, so you can go ahead and submit a waiver for Mr. Gracia. I do see him present. Mr. Gracia, stay in contact with Mr. Chapa. He's going to need you to sign some paperwork. They're called waivers of arraignment, that you understand the nature of the offense and the range of punishment. He'll sign off on them. He'll submit them to the court, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, you do need some reset dates, I suspect, on all 3 of these cases.
Yes, Judge.
I can give you June the 9th as well.
Very well, Judge.
June 9th at 9:30 for all 3 cases. Mr. Gracia, stay in contact again with your attorneys. You do need to sign those paperwork or that paperwork, and we'll see you on June the 9th, 9:30.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, the last case that I have, Judge, is number 58.
All right, number 58, CR 21-13-083H, Andres Rodriguez.
Judge, on this case, we are submitting a PTD application. Mr. Rodriguez turned in everything to our office except for a driver's license. He's having a little bit of issue at the DPS office getting a new copy of his license. So we're asking for continuance on this case.
All right, is Mr. Andres Rodriguez present?
He was.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Andres Rodriguez, I have no problem granting your attorney's request for additional time, and I can go ahead and do that for June the 9th. However, before we let you go, I do need to address some violations. I'm not sure, Mr. Chapa, if you were aware of these violations. This is for the report period of February the 7th through March the 7th. I have 2 BAC violations during that period of time. One was on February the 13th, 0.04 at 9:49 at 8:49 in the morning, and then on March the 5th, I had a BAC violation in the evening at 8:39. I noticed that there's been no previous verbal admonishment. I'm not sure if you'd like to visit with him in a breakout room or just we proceed with the verbal admonishment. We note that down, and then you can visit with him later.
Judge, I don't have an issue with the court issuing an admonishment.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, I trust you've been hearing some of the admonishments that I've been given throughout the morning.
Yes, sir, I have.
I'm not going to I'm going to give you a verbal admonishment, but it's just that. It's just advising you that we've been watching, we're listening. If there's any issues going forward, we'll have to take action at that point, but not today. And I hope that with this admonishment, we won't have any more issues, especially with BAC violations. Having the mobile device at this point is a bond condition. And so there is a 0 tolerance with consuming alcohol while you're on bond. Again, unfortunately for you, Mr. Rodriguez, it means that by me giving you this verbal admonishment, you will not be eligible for any waivers of fines and court costs that may be associated with final disposition of this case, if there is any. Sometimes cases resolve themselves without the need for any fines or court costs, and that's perfectly okay. But if there was going to be an associated fine or court cost, I afford those individuals who have never been given a verbal admonishment, I afford them waivers of fines and court costs, which helps to offset the cost of the mobile device, and it ranges around $700. So your verbal admonishment here basically prevents that, but it doesn't go any further than that. I'm not going to take any action today other than to make you aware of that. We will come back on June the 9th at 9:30, and I hope that we don't have any more issues, because if we do have more issues, then we may have to address them with sanctions, different things of that sort. So this is just to make you aware that we're watching, you know. Stay in contact with your lawyer. We'll see you on June the 9th, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Anything
Thank
else?
you.
You're welcome. You're excused, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chapa. All right, I'm going to go back to Mr. Gonzalez, who now has his camera on, and I had previously called him. Mr. Gonzalez, can you just let me know the number on the docket one more time?
Number 53, Judge.
Number 53. All right, did you have an opportunity to review or talk to your client about the violations?
I did, Your Honor. However, just before we go forward, I spoke with her, and I've actually spoken with her 2 or 3 times before this. I think we've come to a mutual understanding that it may be best if the court appoint another attorney to help her from here on out, Judge.
Okay.
There's just been a lack of, I guess, communication. And this has been from the very beginning, sir. In even her trying to get the mobile device installed. I know that took several days of communication to get that situated. And thanks to your court on that, Judge, they helped us out a lot on that.
Okay. Maria Flores or Maria Perez, can you hear me?
Sí.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez is asking to withdraw from your case, and I'm inclined to do that given the issues that he's raised and that you've raised. Do you have any objection to that?
El abogado González está pidiendo de retirarse de su caso y estoy pensando permitirlo que haga eso por el conflicto que han tenido entre ustedes dos. ¿Tiene usted alguna objeción contra eso?
No.
No.
All right. The court will go ahead and allow you to withdraw, Mr. Gonzalez. Your verbal request for withdrawal is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you were appointed, correct?
Correct, sir.
All right. All right. Miss Morales Martinez, are you available to take on an appointment?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, did you have anything else before I let you go?
No, Judge, that was it.
Okay, so then let me go to Ms. Morales Martinez. Let me take an announcement on the case that you were appearing here. And then when you were done, I'll put you in a breakout room with Mrs. Perez so you all can exchange information.
Yes.
Perfect. So let's start with your case.
Judge,
Carlos, I'm sorry. Carlos, can you tell Ms. Flores to hang tight, that the court's going to appoint Nereida Morales Martinez? And in just a minute, I'm going to put her in a breakout room with her.
Señora Pérez, no se vaya. Por mientras apague su micrófono, se lo va a asignar la abogada Nereida Morales Martínez. Y ahorita lo voy a poner en otra sala para que visite con ella.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, what case are you here on, Ms. Martinez?
Judge, I'm here, I believe it's number 54, Hector Fernandez Ramirez.
All right, that's CR 22017728, Hector Fernandez Ramirez. This is a bond modification. I'm showing that there's no violations. Your announcement, Ms. Morales Martinez?
Judge, well, Judge, I don't see my client on the screen and I seem to have lost contact with him.
Okay, Hector Fernando Ramirez. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Hector Fernando Ramirez. A PR bond was given back on March the 1st. That's what my notes are showing. And Victoria, there's no violations, right? We've checked up on him, no violations. So he's complying with that end?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Judge, I see a gentleman raising his hand. I'm not sure if that's him. It says Cricket Ovation 2.
Cricket, I'm looking for that. I just got a bigger screen here. Let me see. Don't see that. I just Cricket. Okay. Hector Fernando Ramirez, is that you on the Cricket Ovation?
Héctor Fernando Ramírez, ¿es usted? Si puede encender su micrófono, por favor.
That might be him, Ms. Martinez.
Yes.
¿Listo?
Yes, sir. Are you Hector Fernando Ramirez?
Sí, dígame, sí, presente.
Yes, I'm present.
Thank you for logging on, Mr. Ramirez. I may put you in a breakout room right now with Ms. Martinez so y'all can communicate, but right now I'll just take an announcement from Ms. Martinez.
Judge, and on this case, I'm just, I do have a recommendation, but because I had lost contact with my client, I had not been able to consult with him. So I would just need some time to get him, hopefully, to plead, Judge.
Let me go ahead and give you on both. On this case, May 26th at 9:30. So, Mr. Ramirez.
En español, sir, por favor.
Ahorita que le hablan a usted, señor.
So, yes, Carlos, can you let him know that the court's going to reset his case for May 26th at 9:30?
La corte le va a poner una fecha para el 26 de mayo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay.
Okay, I'm also going to put you in a breakout room right now with Ms. Martinez so y'all can communicate, okay?
Ahorita también le voy a mandar una invitación para que entre a otra sala, para que visite con su abogada, para que puedan comunicar.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Martinez, do you have any other announcements?
No, Judge.
Okay, so let me put you in a breakout room with Mr. Ramirez first, since he is your client that you might want to exchange information with. And then I'll put you in a breakout room with Mrs. Pettis after you're done with that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me do that real quick. If you don't mind coming back and letting me know when you're done so that I can put you in a breakout room with Ms. Pettis, okay?
I'll do that, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, please accept the invitation to the breakout room.
Señor Ramírez, acepta la invitación que le mandé para que entre a la otra sala.
Okay, looks like he's already done that. Thank you. All right, Ms. Guerra, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 25 and number 26 on your criminal docket.
All right, number 25 and 26.
Yes, sir.
That's Emilio Gonzalez, CR 21-05-342H and CR 21-12-754H, Emilio Gonzalez. I have a bond modification, defendants on scram, and there are no violations for Mr. Gonzalez, which is great.
Yes, Judge. On this case, I'm just asking for a continuance, Judge. We are still pending the video discovery. We have tendered over the USB to the state's office, so we're just waiting on that, Judge, in order to go over the case with Mr. Gonzalez.
All right, let me go ahead and give you some time for that. How about June 2nd? Does that work?
Yes, Judge, that works. Thank you so much.
June 2nd, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Who else has their camera on and raising their hand? Mr. Acevedo.
Yes, Your Honor. Raul Acevedo here. I'm on number 1 and number 2, Your Honor, on your docket.
All right, that's CR 21-13-370H, CR 21-13-369H, State of Texas versus Juan Gilberto Aleman.
My client is logged on, Your Honor. I think there's a pending felony on the 4/30th on this, Your Honor.
All right, is Juan Gilberto Aleman present? Juan Gilberto Aleman, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Juan Gilberto Aleman.
Yes, sir. Present, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. I have a note here, as per Lifesaver, defendant did not keep appointment for mobile device. What are we talking about here, Victoria?
Yes, Your Honor. So he originally had the ignition interlock on his vehicle.
Okay.
And when we ordered mobile device in this court, we did the swap order. He made an appointment to obtain a mobile, so Lifesaver removed the one from his vehicle, but he never actually went to the appointment to activate that mobile device, is what they emailed me yesterday.
So right
No,
now,
Your Honor, excuse me.
uh-huh.
I got the portable, the one from the car, the ignition. I got that one removed, and I went and got the other one, the portable one, the one you guys requested me. I actually have it with me. I've been reporting to it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I don't know. I could get it for you. Leave it.
Who's the
Look,
provider?
I got it at I got it with Ted, I believe.
So safety
It's
check?
a backtrack.
Is it
Yes.
safety check?
Yes, it's safety check.
Okay, we'll check up on that. Thank you for giving us that information, Mr. Aleman. That's important.
Yes, sir. Yes, I've been keeping up with all of that. I actually have to give the payment today too. So I'm gonna do that as well after the court.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for giving me that information. That was important.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Acevedo, are you needing some additional time?
Yes, Your Honor, since there's a pending felony and the 430th, the DA is not moving forward on this case until that is resolved.
All right, let me give you the latest date I'm giving right now, which is June the 9th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. That is all that I have before this honorable court. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Your excuse, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next attorney with a hand raised and with camera on is Mr. Morales.
Your Honor, excuse me, Your Honor. Am I excused as well?
Yes, you're excused, Mr. Aleman. Stay in contact with Mr. Acevedo. We'll see you June the 9th.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And I apologize, Your Honor, but I'm back.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yes, let me go ahead and put you on that breakout room. I appreciate you letting me know. Give me 1 second.
Thank you, Judge.
I am going to, were you finished with Mr. Fernandez Ramirez? Because he's still in the breakout room, but I can
Yes.
close that room if that's okay with you.
Yes, Judge, I did tell him to get out. I don't know if he understood.
Yeah, give me one
But yes,
second.
I'm done.
All right, give me 1 second. It's going to take me a couple, I'm force closing the breakout rooms. So it'll take about a minute to do that. That'll kick him out and bring him back over here. Then we can let him know. Then I can put you in a breakout room. Let me move over to Mr. Alfredo Morales while I take care of that. Mr. Morales.
Yes, good morning, Judge. I'm here on number 40 on your criminal docket, Alicia Jimenez.
All right, number 40, CR 2005, I'm sorry, CR 20005551H, Alicia Aurora Jimenez.
Yes, Your Honor, my announcement, she should be on.
Is Miss Aurora Jimenez present?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right.
And Judge, Mr. Chavan and I have started negotiating this case. We needed at least maybe 3 weeks to try to resolve this case. But first and foremost, I'd like to ask the court to consider setting aside the NISI and recalling the warrant.
Yes, at this time, the court's going to go ahead and recall the judgment NISI and any active warrant that is out there at the state's expense.
Okay.
Ms. Jimenez-
Oh, yes. Okay. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being told, Mr. Morales, that I've already set aside one, back in August, I already set up I recalled the NISI, and I did it at the state's expense. So if I do it again, it'll be at her expense.
That's fine, Judge. I was appointed up in February of 2022, so I was unaware of that.
All right, Ms. Jimenez, where are you? Can you identify yourself?
it's in the afternoon.
It's in the afternoon.
It's because it's in the afternoon.
I don't see Ms. Jimenez.
Over here.
Oh, okay. Ms. Jimenez, previously the court had recalled the judgment NISI that you had for your failure to appear, and I had done that at the state's expense, and then you failed to appear yet again, and I took out another active NISI, and now if you want to have it recalled, it's going to be at your expense. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right, that's
Yes.
the important, that is the reason, and that's the importance of you showing up to court, that you don't get these NISIs issued against you, so you don't have to pay. get these recalled. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the court will go ahead and remove it, but you will have to pay the fee to have that removed. Mr. Morales, you were asking for some additional time on this?
Yes, Your Honor, for at least 3 weeks so we can resolve the case.
Go ahead and would you like this to be set in the afternoon?
If that's fine with the court, I have no problem with that.
All right. She can save, if the quicker I can do this, technically, if I do this next week or the week after, she can save the money and not have to recall it. And then, you know, we can play with that a little bit. I mean,
Let's do it next week, Judge, then.
all right, let's do next Thursday, a week from today.
Very well,
Which
Judge.
will be the 14th. Okay, at 2 o'clock.
Very well,
Victoria,
Judge.
you raised
We'll
your
be
hand.
ready.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Victoria.
Yes.
Yes, Judge, just a reminder that she is on AIP and she was instructed to report for weekly UAs and she hadn't been doing that.
All right, so on más ganas, let's get her done next Thursday, Mr. Morales.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That'll be for a plea at 2 o'clock.
Very well, Judge. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your cooperation.
All right, thank you. Ms. Jimenez, stay in contact with Mr. Morales. We'll see you next Thursday. Okay, I am now gonna put Ms. Morales.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, I'm gonna try to put this, see if I can work this out.
No Thursday, right?
Okay, Ms. Morales, I put you in room 3 with Mrs. Pettis. Carlos, can you let Ms. Pettis know to accept the invitation to the breakout room?
Marilena Pérez. Acepta la invitación que le mandé para que entre en la otra sala.
All right, Ms. Holmes.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on, I believe it's number 39 on your docket. Reynaldo Hernandez. CR 22-00487H. I believe he was on your screen.
All right.
Is that okay? No.
All right, give me 1 second while I make sure that Ms. Pettis and Ms. Martinez get put into that breakout room, Ms. Holmes. Give me 1 second. I'm waiting to see if Ms. Carlos, will you let her know to accept the invitation? She's still waiting there.
Ahí en la pantalla le mandé una invitación, Ms. Pérez.
No me está saliendo nada.
Nothing's coming out.
I'm not getting one either, Judge.
Nothing, okay. Let me see. All right, how about now? Did you get anything?
No, Judge.
No?
No.
How about
Oh,
there?
there it is, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I apologize, Ms. Holmes. Let's talk about Reynaldo Hernandez.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe I see his name on the screen.
Reynaldo Hernandez. I do see him there. Mr. Hernandez, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have an issue with an eyesight, Ms. Holmes?
Yes, Judge, I believe he wasn't able to appear at the last hearing on March 31st.
Okay. And I'm showing that he is currently on AIP, but with a note that says Ask Victoria. Do we have any information?
Yes, Judge, with Mr. Hernandez, he reported to AIP that he's living in Brownsville, so they're not able to conduct field visits.
Okay. Are you currently living in Cameron County, Mr. Hernandez?
Ya no. Me moví para atrás.
You're back in Hidalgo?
Sí, me moví para atrás.
Yes, I moved back.
What else? What other information do we need from him, Ms. Rodriguez, if he's now back in Hidalgo County?
I'll just need for him to contact the AIP officer to provide his new address, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, did you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Okay. There is an active warrant for his arrest. I will recall that at this time, Ms. Holmes, at the state's expense. I'm going to give this a short 2-week reset just to make sure that he does contact AIP and that all that gets straightened out. Okay.
Yes, John.
April 21st, 2022, 9:30, okay?
And we just need the, I believe I filed a motion. So we need the discovery and the plea papers. I think I filed it in February.
Mr. Heller, Mr. Chavana, can you all please give that to Ms. Holmes, and we will see each other on May the 21st. Ms. Holmes, if that turns into a plea, let us know and we'll move it to the afternoon.
And that's April 21st, correct?
April 21st, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And we'll turn that into at 2 o'clock.
Ms. Holmes, I showed discovery was sent to you on February the 24th. Would you like me to resend that?
February 24th, yeah, if you could resend it with a recommendation.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So on this, stay in contact with Ms. Holmes. We'll see you on April 21st at 9:30. You do have to communicate and contact AIP. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Both of y'all are excused.
Yes, thank you.
Ms. Canales, I see you with your camera on.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What number do you have?
Number 5.
Number 5, perfect. That is CR 21-13-866H, Brianna Amaya. Brianna Amaya, I see Miss Amaya there.
I'm present, Your Honor.
All right, I have a note here that we have a bond modification, that we have a report from March the 6th to April 6th of 55 skip tests with no previous verbal admonishment. Were you aware of the violations, Ms. Canales?
No, Your Honor. She's a college student, and I'm sure it was maybe the technical difficulty. I'm not sure, but I just met with. Go ahead.
I haven't had any mistests in that regard, but there was a point where my car did break down, and so we had to turn it on and off to put it into neutral to get it moving into another area. It was technical difficulty, but I hadn't been aware that it was being logged as missed tests.
Okay, so we're dealing here with a ignition device, not a mobile device, Victoria, do we know?
It started as an ignition device, yes.
And now?
And now I am on a portable.
You're on the portable.
Yes, Judge, and actually, I was in communication with LifeSafer about it because of the high number of missed tests, and they were going to investigate it because they did have an upgrade with some of the devices. I think hers might be one of them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so then I'm going to take that announcement as we're good. No verbal admonishment will be issued. We trust that going forward, it seems like you're doing what you're expected or what's expected of you and what you should be doing. So we will just take an announcement from Ms. Canales and take no further action on that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Your Honor, she has been tentatively accepted into the pretrial diversion program. She has an orientation on April the 22nd to attend, Your Honor.
Okay. And I maybe give you an early May. If all that works out, we just need to put her on the program, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how about like either May the 3rd or May the 5th to put her on the pretrial diversion program?
May the 3rd is fine, Judge.
Okay, May 3rd, 2022 at 2 o'clock, Mrs. Amaya. This will be via Zoom, May 3rd at 2, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to treat this as no admonishments. There has been no previous admonishments. Given the announcement that Ms. Rodriguez made, you're still eligible for waiver of all fines and court costs that may be associated with the pretrial diversion program, Ms. Canales. So please be aware of that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. All right.
May I speak?
Sure.
I also was notified I was accepted into the PTD program.
Yes, that was the announcement that Ms. Canales just made. And so I'm giving you the May the 3rd date so that she can sign you up and we can put you on that program on that day.
Okay, so this is a separate scheduling than the orientation?
Yes, it's a separate, you have to go to the orientation, that's separate. And then this one is to put you on the program after you've attended the orientation.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
She'll also need to pay the $500 fee, just so she's aware of that.
Yeah, that's that $500 fee is going to be to the DA's office. I can't waive that. That is separate and apart. I can only waive the fines and the court costs. Okay. Ms. Canales, anything else?
I have nothing further, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Both you and Ms. Amaya are both excused. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You're welcome.
May I address the court, Your Honor?
May 3rd, I'm sorry, May 3rd. Yes, Ms. Morales, I'm sorry.
Yes,
You are
Judge.
back.
Yes, Judge. I'm done speaking with Ms. Perez. Judge, did I understand that you also gave me the date of 5/26 for her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is what I told her, and I did tell her that she could leave, but I think she's still on, Judge.
All right, Carlos, will you let her know that she's excused and the reset date is May the 26th and to stay in contact with Ms. Martinez?
Elena Pérez, su nueva fecha va a ser el 26 de mayo a las 9:30 de la mañana. Quédese en comunicación con su abogada.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you. Ya se
Thank
puede
you,
retirar.
Judge. May we both be excused.
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you. All right, Mr. Trevino, I see that you have your camera on. I'll take your announcement.
Good morning, Your Honor. I do have number 48, Mario Rodriguez, CR 21044868.
I'm sorry, what was the number again? 28?
48, Your Honor, 48.
48, Elizabeth Melendez?
I apologize. Yes, that would be Elizabeth Saldaña Melendez.
Yes, sir.
I think time for a PTD on that, Judge. I've already submitted motions and all that, and filed them, so we're just working on the PTD.
All right, how about June the 9th at 9:30, Mr. Trevino?
6-9 is good, Your Honor.
Okay.
I also have number 59, I believe, Mario Rodriguez.
Give me, before I move on, I see Ms. Melendez on. Ms. Melendez, can you hear me? And were you able to understand that announcement? Ms. Melendez, can you hear me?
Sí.
All right, will you let her know that her case has been reset for June the 9th at 9:30 and to stay in contact with Mr. Trevino?
Ms. Meléndez, su fecha se la cambió para el 9 de junio a las 9:30 de la mañana. Quédese en comunicación con su abogado Treviño.
Gracias, señor.
Okay, she's
Se puede retirar.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Trevino. I just wanted to make sure that she was.
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine. It's my mistake, Judge. I got ahead of myself. The other one is Mr. Mario Rodriguez, Your Honor. Mario Rodriguez. That would be cause number, and he's present also, Your Honor. Mario Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Cause number 21-04486.
I have a note here that this is a possible administrative dismissal. Does the state, or do we have an announcement on this case?
We don't at this time, Ron. It looks like there was a clean UA and alcohol class for dismissal. I don't believe either of those have been completed yet.
Mr. Trevino, do we have any information on that?
No, Judge, I don't have any information. If my client would have had it, he would have given to me or passed it on to me so that I would make an announcement. We're gonna probably, if the onus is on us and the ball's in our court, then perhaps I would need at least a week or two, Your Honor, to get that information.
Okay, I can go ahead and definitely give you that. Let me go ahead and give you a 2-week reset. Jackie?
What was that again? What happened?
So there needs to be a clean UA and what else, Mr. Chavana?
An alcohol class, Your Honor.
An alcohol class and a clean UA. My understanding is you haven't completed those. Is that correct, Mr. Rodriguez?
I wasn't aware of none of that stuff, sir.
Okay, well,
We have not discussed it, Judge. That's why I'm telling you, I'm asking if Your Honor will give me 2 weeks, perhaps we can.
let me go ahead and give you a little bit more time than that, Mr. Trevino, because if he wasn't aware of it, taking that class might take a little bit of time. So let me give him a month. May the 12th.
Very well.
May 12th, 2022 at 9:30. Okay, May 12th. Mr. Rodriguez, stay in contact with Mr. Trevino, please. You need to call
Yes,
this
sir, I
off.
will.
Okay,
Thank you.
May
You have a great
12th,
day.
9:30.
Very well, Your
All
Honor. Thank you.
Is that all
Thank
you
you,
have, Mr. Trevino?
That's all I have, Your Honor. I'll be excused.
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Melendez is still logged on. Carlos, will you let her know that she can log off?
Ms. Meléndez, ya se puede retirar.
Sí, gracias.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Listo. Sí. Okay.
All right, Carlos, you haven't raised your hand, but you're there. Don't know if you are ready to have your case called.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Judge, number 9 on your docket, Jade Lynn Champion.
All right, that's CR 21-13-085H. Jade Lynn Champion. I'm sorry?
It's Lene.
Lene.
That
Is it
Lene, yeah.
All right, Jade Lene Champion. Bond modification, no violations for Ms. Champion. Your announcement, Mr. Ortegon.
Judge, she has another case, some other cases coming down the pipeline. I need another date, possibly in June, Judge.
All right, can I give you the June 9th?
Yes, sir.
June 9th, 2022, 9:30.
Judge, and are we still doing Zoom in June or until further notice?
If the courthouse is open, then no. If the courthouse is still not open, then yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the trigger. The trigger point for court 8 is once we open up the new courthouse, we're going full in person.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I have. May my client and I be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Montalvo.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
It's number 66 on the court's docket, Your Honor.
Number 66 is CR 2110-526H, Bernardo Vasquez.
He should be on, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. I see Mr. Vasquez logged on.
He has been approved for the pretrial diversion program, Your Honor. He's already paid the $500 fee. I believe what we're waiting for now is an orientation date. At least I believe that's what's next.
Do we have an orientation date, gentlemen?
I just see the orientation is pending. Do you know if the paperwork's already been submitted, Mr.
Montalvo? Yeah, it's been submitted and the fee's been paid already.
So we're ready for placement then.
Yes.
Does he have to attend the orientation first?
Actually, I believe that, well, I don't have a notice that he's paid the fee, actually. Normally I would have something indicating that he has paid the fee. I believe that the $500 payment letter would be the next option.
I have the letter already, Your Honor. It was issued by Ms. Heller, and it's been paid already. I have the receipt. It was the clerk's office said they would be giving it or handing it over to the DA's office when she went to go pay.
There may be a lag in that. Mr. Montalvo, could you email that to me? So as soon as I get that, I can send the paperwork.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do in April the 26th. April 26th, 2022 at 2 o'clock placement, when we actually, hopefully by then he'll go attend the orientation between now and then, and we can do the placement at that time, April 26th.
Very good, Your Honor.
Okay. If you need more time, let us know, Mr. Montalvo.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. My big excuse, Your Honor.
Yes, you and Mr. Vasquez are both excused. Mr. Vasquez, you need to attend an orientation. After attending the orientation, then you're going to need to come and get placed on the program. So for now, I'm going to tentatively give you the date of April 26th at 2 o'clock. April 26th at 2. If that changes, stay in contact with Mr. Montalvo, okay? All right, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Montalvo.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let me see. Who else? Mr. Canales, are you ready to make an announcement?
Yes, Judge. Rick Canales here for Mr. Jorge Enrique Reyes, Judge. I'm here in Cameron County Courthouse, Judge. My apologies, I was doing in-person cases as well, Judge.
Okay, no problem. Number Jorge Enrique Reyes is number 55, 56, and 57. Nice eye recalls, correct?
Yes, Judge. I still don't have an offer from the state, Judge. So I would ask the court to give me some time, and so I can get an offer from the state, Judge, in these cases.
All right. Is Mr. Jorge Enrique Reyes present?
He's right here, Judge.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Mr. Reyes, the court is going to go ahead and recall the judgment nisi at this time at the state's expense. So recall the nisi. And let me go ahead and give you a reset date. Do you anticipate this being something that gets worked out, Mr. Canales?
Yes, Judge. He's not going to have a warrant for his arrest, right, Judge?
No, I'm going to recall that right now.
Yes, hey, see you guys.
I'm going to recall that at the state's expense at this time. I can give you a reset date, which would be for a plea. If it's going to be a plea in the afternoon, and I can give you maybe 30 days, if that's something that you want.
Yes, I would ask the court just to call it a status. He can be in the morning, but if he can just call it a status to give me a check, because I don't have a plea offer.
Oh,
yet.
I understand. Okay, can I give you still 30 days and I'll set it up in the morning?
Yes, Judge.
All right, let me go ahead and give you, let me see, 17th of May 17th.
Well, yes, let me make sure, Judge. That's perfect, Judge.
May 17th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
No problem.
May I be excused and my client be excused?
Both of y'all are excused. We'll see you May 17th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you too. All right, Mr. Gutierrez, Dallas, are you ready to make an announcement on your case?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on number 41 on the docket, standing in for Margie Villalobos for Katie Krasinski. I can't say her last.
Kriska.
Kriska. Yes, Your Honor. And I did see she was on the screen.
I do see Miss Kriska there. All right, your announcement, Mr.
Hi.
Gutierrez.
Your Honor, on this case, we have been tendered an offer. I have related to Ms. Prinska, and at this time, we will not be accepting the offer, so we would like pretrial and trial dates on this one, Your Honor. And we are open to a bench trial as well, Your Honor, if the state would be open to it.
Yes.
What's the announcement on the bench trial for the state for an assault case?
Your Honor, at this time, we would not be agreeing to a bench trial. We need to go ahead and make more efforts to reach the victim at this time.
All right, let me go ahead and give you a trial date of June the 9th. That's 6/9 at 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, 1:30. I apologize, 1:30. June the 9th, 1:30. Trial would be on June the 13th at 1:30. So June 9th, June 13th, both of them at 1:30, Ms. Kriska and Mr. Gutierrez.
On June the 9th?
June the 9th, you will need to be here in person
Okay, sir.
at 1:30 at the courthouse, June the 9th. And
Okay.
the trial would start on June the 13th, but we'll give you all the information you need on June the 9th.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you,
now
Your
this will
Honor.
be in person. You need to be here at the courthouse.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have
You
nothing
have a great
further.
day.
Excused.
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I have a Noe Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have you spoken to your attorneys?
I haven't. I was looking into my case online, and I did see that I guess he was withdrawing from my cases. So I wanted to see if I could get another. I haven't spoken to him at all since he got appointed to my cases. So I just want to see if I could get another appointed attorney that will actually keep up with my case.
All right, so did he file the motion to withdraw? All right, the court's going to go ahead and grant the motion to withdraw. And let's see. Mr. Harrison, hang tight. I don't have any attorney that's logged on right now that I could appoint so that you can exchange information. We're going to try to reach out to some lawyer, a lawyer that might be able to handle your case so that they can log on, see if they're available so you can meet with them, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang tight. I think I just have Juan Lopez. Who's Juan Lopez? George Munoz? Okay, we're going to contact your attorney, Mr. Lopez. George, he'll be here.
All right, sir. All righty.
All right, thank you.
Good morning. Hey, Judge, I just wanted to tell you, last month I did miss a lot of days, and I've been going through some stuff, depression and losing stuff, I lost my license with this process, and that messed me up a lot, messed me up with my job, and been struggling to find a job. And I'm also my mom's provider, so I've been struggling doing that too, taking care of my mom in the afternoons. And I just want to let you know my situation.
No, I appreciate you letting me know. Listen, honesty with me goes a long way, okay?
I appreciate that, sir.
All right. We'll talk about your case in a little bit, okay? But I appreciate your honesty.
All right.
All right. Diego Gonzalez, I think I already called his case.
Yes, he was on with Rui Moreno.
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo. May 26.
Yes. All right, Mr. Salinas,
Yes, Your Honor.
good morning. Mr. Salinas, are you available to assist the court?
Good morning. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Harrison has, let me see, he's got number 37 and 38 on the court's docket. Jose Solis has filed a.
All right, Mr. Salinas.
And he is requesting another attorney. The court is seeking to appoint him an attorney. Now, the only issue here is that he is set for trial. And I think he's got trial dates. Let me check real quick for you. All right, May 26th for docket call, May 31st for trial. That may be something that you can look into to see if you can still meet those dates if you're interested in an appointment.
Yes, Your Honor. I can check my calendar.
All right, let me go ahead and see if I can put you in a breakout room with Mr. Noah Harrison so y'all can exchange information, okay? All right, please accept the invitation, Mr. Salinas. Come right back when you're done. All right, Mr. Salinas. George?
Yes, good morning. Sorry, I was on mute there for a little bit. I did speak to Mr. Harrison. I think I'll be able to assist the court and take this case. I'll go ahead and talk to the prosecutor and see if we can work out any last minute plea deals. If not, then we should be set for trial.
Okay, what day was the trial dates again?
March 26th.
No, May 26th and the 31st.
May 26th is the pretrial.
And yes, at 1:30 and trial on May 31st. At 1:30. So docket call, basically docket call and then trial.
Your Honor, I would ask, are both cases set for trial, the assault and the possession?
Are they out of the same transaction?
No, they're not.
One's a POM, one's an assault. Yes, a POM is the older case. Which one is he wanting to go to trial on?
We didn't, I thought they were out of the same transaction. We didn't discuss on which one you wanted to prefer. But I guess if we can have some time to conference with the state.
You want me to set this up for a status next week? Next Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me set this up for a status next week. Yeah, we're gonna leave the trial dates on. We're just gonna set it up for a status on April 14th. So y'all can talk about the two cases, which one's gonna go to trial. The older one is a POM, the newer one is the assault. My guess is that, you know, usually the assault is the one that's causing the most trouble for Mr. Harrison, but I could be wrong. All right, we'll see you on 14th at next Thursday at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Harrison, you're excused.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lopez, I'm going to carry forward your case till next Thursday at 9:30 in the morning because Mr. Munoz is tied up, okay?
Oh, so 9:30 Thursday, this coming Thursday?
Yeah, a week from today.
All righty, sounds good.
Okay. Log on at that time, okay?
All right, thank you, sir. Can I log off?
Yes, sir, you can log off.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
You too. All right, that takes care of the court's docket. Court's going to go ahead and log off.